After that, something human, something that had been missing inside those walls for a long time. The man hesitated before taking the container, his hands rough and cold against hers. And when he opened it, the faint warmth that remained rose into the air between them, carrying with it the simple comfort of a meal that was never meant to be shared. "Thank you," he said, his voice catching just enough to reveal how much it mattered. And the other guards leaned closer, not greedy, not desperate, just quietly grateful. As if even this small kindness had to be handled with care, Lily watched them take small bites, dividing it without needing to be told, each of them making sure the others had something. And her chest tightened, not with regret, but with a strange, aching relief, like she had just corrected something that should never have been wrong in the first place. But the moment did not last long, because from somewhere above, a security light flickered, drawing her attention upward, where a camera sat mounted in the corner, its small red indicator glowing steadily. Not asleep, not blind, simply watching, and suddenly the weight of what she had done rushed back all at once. Her stomach dropping as reality returned sharper than before. She had not been invisible. She had not been safe. She had been seen. The guards seemed to sense it too, their movements slowing as they followed her gaze. And the oldest man closed the container gently, handing it back to her even though there was still a small portion left. "You should go," he said quietly. "Before anyone comes." Lily hesitated, her fingers tightening around the container, part of her wanting to stay, to make sure they finished it, to pretend for just a few more seconds that this moment could exist without consequences. But she knew better. She nodded once, taking a step back, then another, her heart beginning to pound as the fear she had pushed aside returned stronger, louder, and with every step toward the door. She felt it building, the image of being called into an office, the words "you were fired" spoken without emotion, the thought of going home with nothing to bring, nothing to give. And yet beneath all of that fear, something else remained, quiet but unshaken. She would do it again, she realized that as clearly. Feel like admitting guilt she did not regret. They were hungry, she said, the words coming out stronger this time. And for the first time, something flickered in his expression, not anger, not approval, but interest, a subtle shift that passed as quickly as it came. "Hungry," he repeated, as if testing the weight of the word. Then he glanced toward the door behind her, where the faint outline of the guards could still be seen through the small window. And when he looked back at her, his voice was quieter, almost thoughtful. "Company policy is very clear. No food is to be distributed after midnight under any circumstances." Lily nodded once. "I know." "Then why break it?" he asked, not harshly, not accusing, but with a kind of curiosity that unsettled her more than anger would have, because it meant he wanted an answer, a real one, not an excuse. Lily hesitated, feeling the weight of everything pressing down on her, the risk, the consequences, the reality that this moment could decide everything for her. And yet the answer that came was simple. Because it was right, she said, her voice steady despite the fear in her chest. "Because they needed it more than I did." Silence followed, stretching just long enough to make her question if she had just sealed her fate. The man studied her, not like a supervisor evaluating an employee, but like someone trying to understand something unfamiliar, something rare. "Most people would have kept the food," he said after a moment. Lily gave a small, almost tired shrug. "Most people are not the ones standing out there in the cold," she replied, and again that flicker returned in his eyes, stronger this time, something closer to recognition, or maybe respect, but it was gone before she could be sure. He stepped closer to the counter, his fingers brushing lightly against the edge as he looked around the kitchen. "Everything here belongs to the company," he said, almost casually, and Lily nodded again. "Yes, but hunger does not belong to anyone," she answered before she could stop herself. And the moment the words left her mouth, she felt a surge of panic because that had been too much, too bold, too honest. She braced herself for the reaction, but instead of anger, the man let out a slow breath, as if something in her response